Hi guys, good morning. It's Liliana from Vanilla Canela here, and this is the third week of Vlogtober. So it's already 12 o'clock. I have spent the whole morning trying to upload last week's. Now, bear in mind that I started uploading it Saturday morning. It's taken 2.5 days. Well, whole of Saturday, whole of Sunday, and a bit of today to actually get it online. So I'm sorry it takes so long. There's nothing I can do about that. But anyway, so I've done that. I'm just sitting down and I've been watching some YouTube videos from my favorite YouTubers like My So-Called Home. Hillary is doing Vlogtober. I think she does it every year. So I'm just sitting here. Paul's going to turn up for lunch any moment now. Alex is at playgroup and I pick him up at 1 o'clock. So I'll go and do that after, but I'm just enjoying the peace and quiet. Look at my little kittens over there. Stan, Ethel, Stanny. Nope, they don't care. Aren't they just adorable? They're probably enjoying the quiet as well. So this week, again, I don't have a lot planned. It's just a normal week, but I am ramping up, as I told you last week about the Christmas fair on camp. I help organise that, so all of that is ramping up. So I have a lot to do. I'm in charge of contacting all the stall holders and getting the deposit that they pay, all that kind of stuff sorted out. So that takes a lot of admin time, and I'll have a lot of people coming to my house because a lot of the stall holders are wives on camp that are crafty. That sounds wrong. Craft. They do some sort of craft. So we've got people that make Christmas decorations with felt. We've actually got someone who makes sterling silver jewellery, all sorts of stuff. So I'm hoping that on the day I can film some of the stalls for you to see, and so you can see what it looks like. But it's a lot of work putting it together. It's a non-profit thing, so we don't have like a budget. All the money goes to charity. We use a little bit of the money to buy things that we need for the day, stuff like fairy lights and bits and bobs like that, and then they stay on camp to be used by the community at different events. So that's all good. And we always, last year we raised almost £900, I think, for charities, you know, for 2 charities. So yeah, anyway, I'll catch up with you guys a bit later. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday morning, and just had a nice shower, washed my hair, and Alex and I are about to go shopping, pick up a few things. We're going to go to Morrison's, which is the closest one. And yes, I've quickly made the bed upstairs, but today I want to clean the bathrooms. Still haven't emptied the dishwasher, but it's 20 to 11 and I'm picking up some milk for Paul as well. Paul's in charge of getting the milk for work, which means I get the milk for work. So I've got to get some milk and I've got to do it this morning. So we're going to go out now and then come back and I'll tidy up the rest of the house. So see you in a bit. Hey guys, so we're back from Morrison's. Now I intended to film while we were there, but Alex was such a nightmare. He wanted to walk, not sit in the what do you call it, the trolley, sorry. So that was a nightmare. He ran off, and then when he wasn't running off, he was getting in front of the trolley. He wouldn't stay by me. But anyway, so I didn't film. I didn't get anything excited, just the usual, you know, potatoes, bread, cat food, milk. Got some fresh sausage rolls, which I've had one already because I was starving. And they are delicious. But what I did get, that I know it's not that common, I got some octopus. Now these are baby octopus, but there's also, from the fresh counter, I got another one. Now, do you guys like octopus? Do you eat octopus? How do you eat it? Now, in Portugal, we love octopus, and I'm going to make a stew with it. That's, for me, the tastiest way of eating it. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to freeze it, because for some reason, if you freeze an octopus and then defrost it, it's a lot tender and a lot quicker to cook. Because if you don't cook octopus, they can be a nightmare to cook, and you could cook them for hours and they're still tough, or you could cook them too little and they're still tough. So it's a balance. But anyway, what I thought I would do is I'm going to prep it before I freeze it. So I'm going to cut it up, clean it, and I thought I'd show you guys how I do that. What did you guys think of that? Were you grossed out, or are you used to seeing it? I would love to know if you have any recipes. Would you share them with me? So one thing I must tell you that I didn't film was I put the guts of the octopus into our food bin, and I took it straight outside so it doesn't stink up the place, and all the wrapping stuff that came with it straight outside, so it's not even going in my indoor bin. And I've just sprayed my food bin with my disinfectant spray. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and then wash it off. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Hey guys, so I'm upstairs in my bedroom and I've got a load of laundry to put away. Now, how I do my laundry is I try to do one load from Monday to Friday, so every day of the week, and then at the weekend I don't do any laundry. Sometimes, for whatever reason, I do an extra one, but usually that seems to work okay for us. So I'm going to bring you along and show you how I do it. I also I dry all our clothes in our spare bedroom during winter by the radiator. So just on those, there's today's laundry, which is just towels. I've got 3 of these clothes horse, or whatever you call them, and I just dry them in here, and they usually dry overnight, no problem. Okay, so when I'm bringing my next load, I can take the load that is already dry, put it away. That's how I work things. I do one loaded laundry a day, and I put away 1 load of laundry. Saying that, today I've got 2 to put away. That's because I did 2. So anyway, I'm going to try and bring you along. Everyone, it's Wednesday, and Alex is a playgroup, and I've just quickly done my morning routine. And today's kind of a special day because Paul is getting his long service medal from the RAF. So I am making a special dinner. His request was steak, not anything else but steak. But I'm also trying to think up of a dessert, excuse me, to go with it. I asked him what he likes, what would he like, and he was like, ice cream. Who chooses ice cream? Just so anyway, I'm going to look through some recipes and maybe try and do something nice for dessert for him tonight to help celebrate. But right now I'm sitting on the sofa and I'm going to indulge in my guilty pleasure, which is watching the Real Housewives of, I think it's New Jersey today. They are my guilty pleasure. I watch them all. So a couple of days ago I watched the Real Housewives of Orange County. I just love it. Can I say this? It's trash TV. These women's problems are ridiculous compared to anyone, but I guess a lot of people would say that my problems are ridiculous compared to someone else. So I love watching it, so I'm going to do just that. In other news, I've decided to make some brownies for tonight. So I'm going to make that now. It's 12 o'clock. I'm just going to get that done and in the oven. And then after that, probably be time to get Alex, but I'll get some soup made as well for lunch. Paul's not going to have lunch here, but I like soup. So anyway, catch up in a bit. Hi guys, so I'm just about to make the brownies and I thought I'll show you what I do. These are our favourite brownies, really, really tasty. Now I make them in the Thermomix, so the preparation is different, but I'll try and guide it along and I'll put the recipe below anyway. So first of all, we are going to preheat the oven between 170 and 108 degrees, and then we're going to dice butter, 180 grams of butter. Now I'm going to use unsalted butter because I've noticed that the recipe then requests half a teaspoon of salt. So, but if you were using salted butter, you would not add the salt when it requests it. So just setting the scales in the Thermomix, and I'm just going to dice 180 grams of butter. Yes. Okay. It's a bit of a dark day today, so you guys can see I'm just putting it in. Now, this recipe, it's going to melt the butter. The Thermomix is going to do that for me, but so if you don't have a Thermomix, melt 180 grams of butter in the microwave. Watch out for the splatter. Make sure you cover the butter because it will splatter everywhere. So let's get this butter sorted out first. That's 180, 160, 65. I do like that the Thermomix measures it for you, so you don't have to get the scale. So that's 180. I'm going to try and turn. Let me see if I can put the light on, if that will make a difference. Okay, so 180 grams of butter, and then place butter, sugar and vanilla into the Thermomix. So it asks for 250 grams of sugar, okay, and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Doesn't say if it's essence, excuse me, or paste, but let me show you my favorite. This brand, Vanilla Madagascar Bourbon Vanilla Bean Paste. This is the best brand I've found. So this is kind of a gloopy paste, and it's a lot more concentrate. So I'm only putting in about a teaspoon. Like I say, this brand is fantastic. I have actually got the vanilla essence as well. This, I ordered this online by mistake, thinking that I was ordering this, so I do use this sometimes. But anyway, so now place the butter, sugar and vanilla into your Thermomix bowl and cook for 3 to 6 minutes. I'm going to go for 4 minutes because the butter was quite hard. 60 degrees, speed 1. So while that's doing, I'm going to butter my tin. Okay, let me turn you around a little bit. So I just got a bit of butter from my butter dish with crumbs and everything. I'm just going to butter my tray. There you are, buttered. ready to go. So if you are not using a Thermomix, you would melt the butter and then cream together the sugar, the butter and the vanilla essence in your mixer, or if you're doing it by hand, until it's nice and creamed together. Okay, I'm just looking to see what else I need. I'm going to need my butterfly whisk for the Thermomix. What other ingredients? You're going to need 3 eggs, 120 grams of plain flour, 50 grams of cocoa powder. So I use the Tesco's cocoa powder. Oh, I need to top up my plain flour. Let me get that. So I just use the plain flour, everyday value. I mean, flour is flour. I don't notice any difference from using that flour to the finest flour in Tesco. So, and I'm going to need some baking powder as well. So baking powder and some salt. Okay, so I've got all my ingredients ready. I'm just going to tidy up as I go along. Put my sugar away. So this is one of Paul's favourite desserts. So I'm going to bake it now, and then I can warm it up and he can have it with ice cream, which is what he wanted. So the Thermomix is almost done. Let's have a look. Let me show you guys. Can you see it? Okay. So now it says blah 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 blah. Oh, let me just get Ethel. So add the butterfly, and this basically is like a balloon whisk for the Thermomix. So you should be using yours by now if you're using a normal KitchenAid kind of thing. So, and add flour. Put this on 3 minutes timing. So with your blades running, add the 3 eggs one at a time. Okay, so one, two, okay, and then just beat it for a few more minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to take the whisk off. You guys don't need to do anything differently, but I'm going to take the whisk. Now I'm going to add 120 grams of plain flour. Let me see, 60. Okay, the cocoa, which is 50 grams. Okay, half a teaspoon of salt. And half a teaspoon of baking powder. Now remember, if you use salted butter, you don't need the salt now. So, okay, and then that's it. Flour, mix for 20 seconds at speed 5. Now, you guys, if you're doing it in a normal, the normal mixer, just mix it for a couple of minutes. Beautiful. Check it out. Looking gorgeous. So now I'm just gonna spoon it or scrape it on and bring you guys over so you can see it onto my baking my butter tin and just pour it out. Here you are. So now just pop it in the oven. It says for about 20 minutes, but keep an eye on it depending on the consistency, what consistency you like it. So I like sort of cooked on the outside and slightly wet in the middle. So I'll keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't overcook. And it also depends on your oven and all that, so keep an eye on it. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Catch up with you guys in a bit.